Hello everybody and welcome to another World of Tanks replay. Today I am going to bring you 5 of my first battles. I recently just unlocked the FV4005 Tier 10, a British tank destroyer. And since it's one of my first battles in this tank, I don't know exactly where I'm going to go, but I figured I'd start off by going down to the A23 area, and obviously because this tank has a huge alpha damage with its huge gun, that the best place to go is to where the heavies are going to be, and I'll be of use there hopefully in the end. Now, this tank comes with three different types of rounds of ammunition. You got your normal AP, you've got your normal HE, and then you've got your HESH, or high explosive squashed head. Now, from doing research on this tank, people say that if you don't use the HESH shells, you're not doing it right. And the reason for that is the HESH shells have the highest alpha damage of all your shells, which is around 1700 points of damage. Now, 1700 points of damage, you say? That is quite a lot. Yes, it is. But at 8,000 credits a shell, it's not cheap. Tier 10 tanks usually never earn a profit, but at 8,000 credits a shell, you'll see why it gets very expensive. So I am now moving into position on the A3 line. Now this tank is very slow going forward. It's about 30 kilometers max. Going backwards, its top speed is like 10 or less. So you can't really run away from a fight. You also can't really get into the fight. And you have no armor to speak of. It's a tank destroyer, yes, but it has a big bulbous barn on top. That's the name, the shit barn, they call it. And yeah, it can't go hull down versus anything. It can't hold its own. If you get attacked, if you get hit, you're taking the damage. All you have is your hit points. There's basically no armor to speak of. So I'm pre-aiming at that corner of A1, B1, because that corner is well known for heavy tanks to poke around and side scrape on and stuff. And as you can see, I have to reposition because our friendly ST1, or STI, drove right in front of where I was pre-aiming. Now again, this tank has a big gun. It has a slow reload of about 30 seconds and a fairly slow aim time. Picture that it's pretty much a SPG, except it doesn't get the top down view. Now there we go, an E100 shows up right where I expected him to, and I popped him for 564. Now that was a non-penetrating hit. Notice I said the alpha was around 1700, but that was 564. So HESH shells explode on impact if they don't pen. And well, that one obviously didn't pen, so it caused a little bit of splash damage to him still. So I repositioned further back while I was reloading. Finally got spotted, and our T110E4 is blocking the crap out of me. I aim on the T95 tank destroyer and miss completely. And it's time to think about repositioning once again, because I saw those two guys down in the middle of the valley, and well, they were a threat for a little while, and then now they're not. So I'm still reloading for my third shell. One hit, one miss so far. You're keeping tabs. And I'm trying to get reloaded now in a position to shoot either the T95, the E100, which are poking around the corner, but I have to dodge these tanks in front of me. This T110E5, I know I said E4, really it's E5. Oh, and then there's Object 277 hits me, immobilizes me, and I pop him for 686 damage. Again, no pen, but still damage. I'll take it. So I'm once again reloading. That was actually kind of a nice snapshot on him, but I'll take it. And then we got the E100 strolling in behind me, so I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get out of his way, because I want him to engage the enemy. He still has all his health. I, on the other hand, do not want to engage the enemy up close and personal. I want to stay as far away from taking damage as I can. As I said, I don't have much armor, so I can't really bounce any shots. And you look at this turret, and it's just a big, massive box. So I've reloaded. I'm aiming in on the E100 and the T95. Now I was watching some replay videos of other people playing this tank, some that were doing like 15,000, 16,000 damage in a match. And the one thing I picked up is if you push the cruise control 1 notch, or the auto move forward 1 notch, it moves you forward slowly, so you can stay aimed in and then fire. And as you saw, I did that there. I was able to move forward. While I'm moving forward, I'm still focused in on the tightest aim spot. Managed to pop the E100 for 859 damage that time, but I took a shot in return. So I'm up to 2,109 damage right now. And I was thinking of going up this slope here to see if I could help out the team engaging the J-Panzer E100, the Under 277, and maybe the Kronvon. And then I realized that that's probably not the best idea to get involved when I don't have any armor. So I decided to fall back, because it looks like we are losing this mountainous slope here in this corner. So I'm going to go back to where I was and fall back a little bit. I get spotted from the Batchat 25T in the middle, and I'm so hoping he doesn't fire, and I make it around the bend, and he didn't fire. As I was thinking, I was dead to rights there. So I'm going to fall back a bit and see if I can't shoot from the A7 spot. There's a little gap between those rocks you can see on the map there, A7. And I think I can get a line down the A line there to shoot those other heavies as they come through the line. So again, I fired 4 shells. I'm at 2,109 damage. And I'm at about 50% of my health. So I'm doing okay at this point. I'm satisfied with that. Decided to try and see if I get some shots on the Kranvan. He spots me and falls back as I'm aiming in. There's no arty, so I'm not really worried about that, but I can still take some damage from over there. But since he's down the slope, I see the other guys pushing around the corner. Our Centurion 71 just died to the 8 Panzer E100, and I'm like, I'm not going to get any shots on anybody here because they're not going to poke while we have 2 guys still on the slope, the T95 and the ST1, or STI. And there you can see the big nice hole in the top of my turret on that E100. So, now is the time to move over to the A7 gap and shoot through the rocks. We are down to the T110E5, the Panzer E100, and who is over there again? I don't know. I was thinking I could shoot through the rock there, but there's no gap, so I have to reposition. The Batchat 25 ton has moved up to our slope, and I'm thinking, oh god, my game is coming to an end now. I can just sense it. We just lost the T95 from the Batchat, so they've got a lot of heavies over in that corner. But I decided to ignore the Batchat as he's moving back down the slope, and I figured the Panzer E100 pair that is over there should be able to do it. Now this FV4005 doesn't have a great gun elevation. As you see there, I had trouble pointing up, so I had to pull back a bit, and I just put a nice big 785 points of damage into the side. Still not penetrating though, of that T95, tracking him in the process from explosion. I spot the, sorry, I don't spot. E100 and the Panzer E100 both get spotted. They're both one-shots for pretty much anybody in the game. But my long reload is ticking away. I'm hoping to get a shot on one of them. The Panzer E100, which was the bigger threat, has moved back around the slope. But I put a shot downrange into the E100 and taking him out for 261. Remember, Alpha is 1700, but the shells damage on impact. So even though I'm not penetrating these tanks, I am causing damage, which is very nice. It adds up over time, up to 3,155 damage now. Our E100 has just died to the Panzer E100. They still have 3 tanks over there around the corner, and our T110 E5 is kind of falling back into more of a defensive posture. On the other side of the map, we have 2 Panzer E100s and an AIM X30B who was, I don't know what he's doing. He's got 2 kills, so I can't say he hasn't done anything all match, but I don't know what he's doing right now, sitting back in the base. Protecting us, I guess, from the Wolfenträger Panzer IV. Now I noticed the 277 wreck is being pushed, so that means to me that somebody on the enemy team is pushing forward. So I'm going to sit here, waiting, fully aimed in on that spot. You can see the wreck coming into view now. So somebody on the enemy team, I don't know which one it is, the T-85, the Panzer E100, one of them is pushing this wreck forward as cover, because your shells will not damage them through dead tanks. So he's pushed him up to the corner as cover. He's pushed him, he's continued to push him, but he kind of gets it wedged right about now, up on the slope, and he's done. wreck is no longer any use. So I'm thinking maybe I can get a shot through the bottom of it. There's a little gap there. I'd have to have very favorable RNG, but the Jagdpanzer E100 is too tall, and I put a shot downrange, taking him out right into the front of the casemate thanks to these squashed head shells. T-95 now spotted and tracked by the T-110E5, and I'm just waiting on my reload. I'm thinking, come on, come on, come on, reload faster. The T-95 is now on 59 hit points. I reload, and not in time. He's now fallen back. So the Kranvan gets taken out by the T-110E5 on our team, and the T-95 has fallen back, and they still have the Wolfentrugger Panzer IV. So it's time to move up, because there's obviously the rest of the team's moved up. There's no more shots that are going to come that far back. I'm up to 3,437 damage. Still no pending shots, which is interesting. But damage is damage. I'll take it where I can get it. Remember, this is one of my first matches in this tank. Our T-95, the enemy T-95 is now dead, leaving only one TD left, who's been spotted way back in K6. He is the last remaining guy for the enemy team, and we're up 14 to 10. So we got 5 tanks, they've got 1. Pretty much a win at this point. So he's managed to kill the AMX-30B. He's now spotted, so we got a Jagdpanzer E100 still camping base. He's useless to us. The other guy is moving in. He's at full health. And our T-110E5 is also on. Well, he's on 200 hit points, so he's pretty much a one-shot. No, who am I kidding? He is a one-shot. It's a tier 10 match. Anything less than like 600 points, and I'm almost a one-shot for that matter. But the trick is not getting shot. So we're going to round this corner. We're going to try and push in. The Wolfentrugger can't kill all 3 of us at the same time. So if one of us dies, the other 2 will definitely step in and take care of him. So he gets spotted. He's at full health. The T-110E5 puts a shot into him. The Wolfentrugger is obviously ammo racked or something. I don't even bother letting it aim. I hit him for 947 damage, taking him out of the match, doing a total of 4,384 points of damage. Alright, on to the next match. Alright, so here we are, the second match that I played in the FV4005. We're on Tundra, and I am platooned with my good friend Sputnik RSS. And this is an all tier 10 match on Tundra, which is probably not one of our most favorite maps to play on. I know Sputnik RSS absolutely hates this map. He used to have it blocked, and then we decided that we didn't like Minsk and some other maps. They're now blocked. So, anyways, Tundra. I can do well on Tundra at times, but let's see exactly how well this goes. So, Sputnik RSS is thinking it's already a loss. Match hasn't even started yet, so is that an inkling of what's to come? Is that how the match is going to go? I don't know. We'll find out really quickly here. So, we are moving forward. I'm going to head over towards the 1-2 line and shoot towards the valley that the heavies like to go down. Again, I have a really strong, powerful gun. I can hurt things. I can hurt everything. So I might as well put my gun to use and use it on stuff that is big and dangerous. I see the Sheridan coming through the little town, so I'm going to pre-aim on that corner there. But he goes dark. I get spotted, so he's there. And I fall back. So I have a feeling he's right there at the gap or nearby to it. So I pull forward again, and I'm going to get shot. Right there. I hurry the shot up and hit the building. Could have killed that Sheridan in one hit, but I missed. And, well, that was, 8,000 credits flushed down the drain. So, what do we do from here? The Sheridan's moved off. We have a T-95 FV4005 coming up the bridge. We have guys all over the hill. Like, we've lost the hill on the 890. We're down 2 tanks already. You can see this is rapidly degrading. We're down now 3 tanks. Things are not going well at all. And I think that is a tale of what is to come in this match. I see 2 tanks, Object 430 and the EBR 105 up on the top of the hill there. Kind of got an outline on the FV4005, but he's moved off. So I'm going to try and see if I can get an outline again if he falls back enough. And I don't. So it's time to move forward. Oh wait, he's moved up. I'm going to take a shot. And I hit him for 650 damage and track him. Again, no penetrating shots. Seems to be the theme with this tank. You're gonna do damage, but you're never gonna pen. So we're down 2-6. This match is quickly getting out of hand for us. Another loss, perhaps. I see the T95 FV201 coming up around the bend there by the bridge. So I'm gonna pull forward, and that's my mistake, is pulling forward to engage. I get spotted, and he knows he can do damage to me, so he shoots me. I miss. The object 140 misses or hits me. Right off the bat, 2 shots, 3 shots, I'm down to nothing. And I'm done. Match number 3. This one's on Erlenberg, and we're on the north spawn. Now, Erlenberg has a lot of heavy fighting in the river where the buildings are. And while I want to do the most damage I can to the biggest tanks that I can, because I can, engaging in the town, not very good for somebody who has no armor. So I'm thinking, castle is usually a good spot to go. You can usually get some good shots on the side of guys in the town, in the river. You can also engage any TDs that are camping at the back. So I'm thinking, yes, we're going to go over to the castle. So I back up. And I was originally going to think of going down the 0 to A line. But I'm like, no, we're going to go to the back here by B2. And snipe guys in the castle because I can't engage. I have no armor. So we're going to use the bushes for some sort of cover and the slope that's back here. And see what I can do for damage. Now, the enemy team is kind of deploying as I would expect. That heavies going into the town / river area, and mediums and lights will engage on the other slope over on 9-0, and maybe the odd guy will come into the castle. So I'm going to get into position here behind these trees, this row of trees, and the slope that's right over there. I saw that shell come whiffling by my head, but I figured he's no threat. So here's the slope that I was talking about. There's some nice bush coverage. And as you can see, there was a T100LT, a Russian light tank, poking around the corner of the castle there. But he's moved into a position where I cannot shoot him. And now a E50M has been spotted in the castle, and an AMX 5120 has been spotted in the castle. So all we have up there is a 257, so I'm trying to position myself behind some trees and bushes and see if I can get some more shots. Try to get a silhouette on the E100. And our T100LT has moved up to the island to help spot. So silhouette on the 5120 was lit, but before I could aim in, he got killed. And he's behind a building, so now there's a Patton and an E50M in the castle. And now I'm in no position to shoot the castle because I've pulled around too far. And here's where I make my main mistake. I start pushing forward, trying to help the 257 take out the 2 tanks that are fighting in the castle. And as you see, I get lit, and very quickly I will get dead. So I stop out in the open, try to reverse with my 6 kilometers an hour. I put a shot, miss. I get hit by Artie for 260. I get hit by the Progetto 65 once, twice, and he'll take a 3rd shot, taking me down to almost no hit points. And then then I'm dead. Another Progetto 65 shot takes me out. So 3rd match didn't really go well at all. So here's number 4. On the map Kharkov, which is a nice map. It's big. It has 2 main areas to go. There's the field area on the left, which is where a lot of the mediums and TDs will go. and you have the town, which is where all the heavies usually go, on the right. Now I'm thinking, I'm a tank destroyer, I could go field and shoot the mediums and stuff, which would be very helpful to the team, since most of the mediums could be potentially 1 or 2 shots and then they'd be gone. Plus I'd have the support of hills and stuff like that. But I'm thinking, my big gun does big damage. I'm going to go fight on the corner of, I believe it is G0, and help our heavies fight along that 0 line. Like I said, I've got a big gun, so I'm thinking big gun, no spotting. Where can I be of use? Where can I do the most damage? Where can I be the most effective? Now, I haven't really played this side of the map too often. I usually get this map in a medium or a different type of tank destroyer, where I would usually go and play over in H3 there, where the bat chat is and whatnot. So we're going to slowly make our way over to the spot that I was talking about over at G0 or H0. Sorry, yeah, right on this corner here. There's some bushes by the building, right on the back of the map, that I can use the bushes for cover to help prevent me from getting spotted when I fire. If I stay far enough back, using the bushes, making sure they're either not transparent or completely opaque, I go so there. I'll be covered, but I'm going to go forward until I can just see through them, just so I can see where I'm going to aim. So there's a 705. I aim in. I hit him for 1300. Or sorry, not 1300. It looked like 1300, but it was only 602, so I didn't penetrate. I keep my eye on the T-54E1 there because he is in the side. He could get side shots on me, but he is behind the buildings. 705A is still there, so I'm just waiting to reload before I can get more shots. I can still see a silhouette of his tank. You can see just the top of his tank. But again, Hess shells do damage unless they bounce. So there's another 632 points of damage onto the Object 705A. And he's probably wondering what the hell is going on. So the slow reload is probably one of the major drawbacks of this tank, but you can live with it by doing really big damage. Third shot on the 705, and I miss. I hit the rocks before the tank or something, so that was not very good. Again, keep my eye on the middle of the map because there's an Amex now over there at 451, and the VK4502B gets spotted being really aggressive up close and personal to our 277. So we'll have to keep our eye on him and see what the hell goes on with him. So I'm reloaded now. There's the 4502, and I put a shot for 512 in him. And an Object 705 blind shots the bush. Oh, no, I was spotted. When I was originally playing this, I thought I wasn't spotted. But I guess with the 4502 being so close, it would have spotted me when I fired my tank, or fired my gun. So I fall back behind the corner of the building. I've reloaded, and it's now time to reposition myself again. M103, aim in, and ammo rack him for 719 damage, taking him out. 705, once again, shoots the bush. I get turret damage, so I cannot penetrate, or sorry, cannot rotate my turret very fast. But I fall back anyways, just to make sure I don't take any more hits. So I'm still pretty good, 2/3 my hit points left. And reloading, wondering if those guys are going to push through the F line there into the middle of the map, or if they're going to stay there. 705 once again blind shots the bush, hitting me again, taking me down to 600 points of hit points. Not good. He knows I'm there. He's blind shotting. There was another blind shot, so I'm thinking of running away. And then I'm like, well, he's probably not thinking I'm still there. Maybe if I reposition a little bit better, I'll have a better chance at getting somewhere else. I'm thinking those guys are going to push through the gap in the buildings there and come across. But I spot a T110E4 in the middle of the map. I right-click, left-click, and I hit him for 1,879 damage. That was a penetrating shot and a high roll, taking him almost down to nothing. I'm now up to 4,344 points of damage. Just like that. That shot alone felt so good. it feels good to do that much damage to a tank. In any case, I fall back to the corner. We've still got heavies poking around the corner. There's the 4502B. There's the 705. So here we go. I know this the 4502B is poking around that slope. He's going to be a nuisance, but if I'm far enough back, I should be protected if he tries to shoot me. Remember, I'm in this to try and save my own skin, not anything else. Decided to repair my turret since having quick turret traverse is very helpful. He pops out, and I take him out for 800. No, it looked like 894 damage, but it was only 183. He took a shot from, I think it was the 704? Maybe? It's hard to tell. So anyways, 4,527 damage. I got spotted, so I fell back, and it's been about 10 seconds. So now it's time to move on forward. We've handily taken the field. We have tanks moving through the base, ready to cap, or not. And, well, it's time to move in. 705, 268, sorry. Pokes out. I aim in on the side of a turret, and it flies just over top, skidding him, and doing no damage. So that was another shell that did nothing, so not good. Those are expensive. Final tank remaining is the SPG, so this match is pretty much over at this point. We got guys capping, and well, there we go. The SPG was taken out. Match completed. That was number 4. Well, let's go to number 5. So the 5th match, once again, platooned with Sputnik RSS, and we're on the Overlord map this time, South Spawn. No, it's not an all tier 10, it's a tier 10 plus tier 9 match. And as a TD, I like to go sit in J4. J4's got some rocks and some bushes that you can kind of use as cover and cover the 4 line, which is a nice corner where a lot of heavies like to play. So, I'm going to head my way over there and we will see if we get anything spotted. Sputnik RSS playing his Object 268 version 4. He said he was going to go play the heavy corner because he's got amazing armor in that tank. And he can block a whole pile of shots. So here we are positioning ourselves behind the bushes to make sure that I can shoot down that gap as anything comes by. There's Sputnik RSS getting into position on the corner. I told him, don't block my shots, or I can't help you. So he's falling back, side scraping to position himself for some good positioning to shoot stuff. So as I'm waiting, I'm looking at the middle of the map. I'm like, okay, there's a guy there. There's a guy up there. No shots on any of these guys. There's a 705 gets spotted on the corner, dueling it out with Sputnik RSS. I can't do anything until he pokes around the corner, though. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do. I'm keeping my eye on that 705A poking the middle. And you can see some stuff going on. And there's 2 heavy tanks on the beach. And I see this STI coming across the map. He's going to cross the gap. And I shoot high and hit the rock just off to the left of him. I get spotted by that shot, so I fall back. The STI is ignoring me, which is good, because I don't have any armor. So I'm going to position myself here and take shots on the STI as he pokes around base. I'm aiming in, aiming in, aiming in, aiming in, reloading, and I pull the trigger. No, I don't. I pull the trigger because he's still there, and I hit the boxes, and that's the downfall of Hess shells. They're like HE. Any obstacle in front of them will trigger the explosion. So there's a 705. He's side scraping out. He does not see me. All I need to do is reload. And there's a 705 as well. 705A. He also doesn't see me, and he's going to side scrape as well. So I've got 2 tanks to shoot at. I'm stuck reloading. I take a shot and hit for 757. They now know I'm there. Sixth Sense goes off. 705A shoots at the rock. And I reposition to get covered. So again, I'm not a penetrating hit. You haven't seen very many penetrating hits tonight. In these last 4 replays, this is the 5th one. There's the 705. He sees me. He just whiffs one by. But I'm reloaded. And it goes way high. Snapshotting does not work in this tank. E50 from the middle shoots me. And I'm in trouble. Because that E50 is currently invisible. There's nobody there to spot him. So I know that this cover is the only place I have to hide. I'm almost reloaded. I'm going to try another shot on the 705. So I've reloaded. Aiming in, aiming in. Come on, aim in. And I track him for for 521 damage. And I fall back a bit because I can't go back too much, or the E50 will shoot me. The 705 hits me for 657 damage, killing my driver. I am really, really not in a good spot now. 1178 damage. Still reloading, hoping for a shot on the 705. I take it. I hit him for 532. He hits me back for 636, but I get 355 tracking damage for him. I'm at 1710 points of damage with only 190 hit points left. I can't take another hit or I'm gone. Sputnik RSS bullies that 705A, and they've won that corner. And I'm looking for shots on somebody else. There's the T10 in the middle. Not sure where I'm going to shoot. He's maybe going to cross. I get spotted, and the E50 takes me out. And that is how my first 5 matches of this went. So in the end of it all, my thoughts on the tank: it's a fun tank to play, but can also be a very difficult tank to play depending on the deployment of your team, the map you get, and which positions you can successfully use. If you engage the enemy up close and personal, 9 times out of 10, you will die. And that is frustrating. So the best bet is to pick your positioning well and pick your targets well and just let your gun do the talking for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these 5 replays, and I'll see you again next week.